Merry Christmas, everyone. Good evening / good morning. It's Steve Lookner with Right Side Broadcasting. We are coming to you tonight with some breaking Twitter news. The account of Julian Assange, head of Wikileaks, has been removed, taken down. We don't know by who, but it is not currently functioning right now. It is a quite popular account that sometimes makes news when Assange tweets things out. But that account is not there. I'm going to try to get you a sort of better sense of how long it hasn't been there for. It hasn't been there for at least an hour because people were already talking about this like an hour ago. But we just want to try to no a statement from Assange on this, no statement from Twitter on this. We're trying to figure out what exactly happened. So let me just show you real quick. Well, first let me just test the sound and make sure the sound's working okay. Good, you can hear me. So if you go to Julian Assange's account, this is what you. Well, if you can't go to his account because if you search his account, you get nothing. But if you see a link to if you see @Julian Assange, if you see somebody else in a tweet says @Julian Assange, and you click on that, which would normally take you to Julian Assange's account, this is what you get. Sorry, that page does not exist. So that's kind of odd. And you can also see that Yashar Ali from Twitter posted this, just from Twitter. I believe he's from MSNBC. Let me make sure. I'm sorry, New York Magazine HuffPost email. I was wrong. New York Magazine HuffPost. Yashar Ali. He also posted about this. Now, he posted about this an hour ago. And I believe people were posting about this before him. So I'm not sure when this happened. But it has been going on for over an hour. And maybe longer. I got to check that. But initial thought I had was, well, given that we haven't heard from Julian Assange, and given that we haven't heard from Twitter, could this be a case where, remember with President Trump a couple months ago, where his account got accidentally, a rogue employee from Twitter took his account down for 11 minutes, I think it was. Could this be a case like that where some sort of rogue employee took Julian Assange's account down? I don't know. I'm just throwing this out there because, it's odd to me that the account is, well, that's one possibility. Another possibility is Twitter really took it down, although it seems odd that we haven't heard anything from Twitter if they took it down. Another possibility is Julian Assange himself took it down for some reason. Now, that would explain, if Assange took it down himself, that would explain why we didn't hear from Assange and Twitter didn't feel compelled to say anything about this. However, I find it very odd if Julian Assange took his account down and didn't explain why. So now maybe somebody hacked into his account, or he was told somebody was hacking into his account, or he was told his password was compromised, but he could just change his password. So it's kind of confusing. But those are three possibilities I'm thinking about. One, that he himself took it down for some reason. I don't know what that could be, and I don't know why he wouldn't send some sort of message out about that. Two, that Twitter actually removed it, which I guess on the one sense Twitter removed it either temporarily or permanently for violating some terms of service. Now, that in some sense seems like the most, well, I want to say if I had to bet, I might bet on that one, that they maybe removed it temporarily. But it's kind of odd that they make no announcement about it, and we haven't heard why, if they did, why they would remove it temporarily. Now, just so you know, I was searching through Twitter, and I've seen a bunch of different people on Twitter very assertively saying, here's why Twitter removed Julian Assange's account. The problem is they say different things. Somebody said, oh, they removed his account because he was posting some documents about Hillary Clinton's health. Somebody else said they removed his account because I think it was some video or something he mentioned. So, somebody said they removed his account because he posted something about Seth Rich. So I'm hearing a lot of people asserting why his account was removed, but these are but they're asserting different things. So I don't know if these people have any idea what they're talking about. So one possibility is Assange removed it at least temporarily. Another possibility is that YouTube took it down, maybe permanently, maybe temporarily. Another possibility is some rogue employee took it down. Could another possibility be? Well, I think it is a possibility, but could another reasonable possibility be that someone somehow hacked into his account and they removed it. How about that idea? That somebody could have hacked into his account and deleted the account. That's an interesting thought. I just thought of that. That's an interesting thought. So there's another possibility. Would love to hear what you think about this. Why do you think about it that Julian account's Twitter account is not there right now? Give me a shout out at Lookner on Twitter. At Lookner. My account still works. Ha ha ha. But give me a shout out on Twitter at Lookner at Lookner, and let me know what you think about this. Really quick, I want to say thank you to Cindy Hoffman made a donation. Thank you, Cindy. Very generous donation. Cindy says, thank you, RSBN and Mod Mom, RSBN moderator, for the Christmas mug and candy. Love you all. Thank you, Cindy. And Cindy Hoffman is there moderating. She donated and she moderated. And Guinevere is there. So thank you, Cindy and Guinevere. And Jude is there too. Thanks all of you for moderating in the chat room while we cover this story. That Julian Assange's Twitter account is down, and we don't know why. I just ran through some possibilities. I'm going to take your comments in about 2 minutes, so write to me on Twitter if you have any theories on this. At Lookner on Twitter. At Lookner, write to me. Want to just say real quick, thanks again, Cindy, for the donation. We are viewer-supported, so if you like our coverage, if you like that we're on the air covering this, even if it was the middle of the day, I bet the mainstream media wouldn't be covering this. But especially, the Christmas Eve, I bet, like mainstream media, their offices are practically empty, as they often are on holidays or late nights or that kind of thing. But we're covering this live. We think it's important. So if you like that we're covering this and you want to support Right Side Broadcasting, your donations are what keep us on the air. So if you want to donate, you can go to the bottom of the YouTube chat and click on the little dollar sign there. There's a little dollar sign at the bottom of the YouTube chat. You can click on that. Or go to rsbn.tv/donate, rsbn.tv/donate. And hello to everybody watching on Facebook, as well as everybody watching on YouTube. So before I get to your comments, I want to just do a quick check. What I want to do is try to figure out how long ago did Julian Assange's Twitter account get taken down. And the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to do a search on Twitter. Here I'll do a search and say Assange Twitter. And let me see how far back people were reporting that the account was down. So as I showed you, Yashar Ali posted this an hour ago. And by the way, a special thank you to our viewer, I Stand With Trump, who actually was the first one who alerted me to this. I didn't know this was happening. And he sent me a message and he said, hey, this is going on. So let's see. Now, this is 2 hours ago. Somebody named Deplorable Razorback was posting about it 2 hours ago. So it's been down for at least 2 hours. 2 hours. I'm seeing a bunch of 2 hours. 2 hours. 2 hours. 2 hours. Yeah, I'm not seeing, as I search through, I'm not seeing anything before 2 hours. So it looks to me like this account was taken down either by him or by Twitter or by somebody else 2 hours ago. That's my best guess, is the account has been down for around 2 hours. And now if you click on it, if you get that. So if you search, well, let me just show you this real quick. So like say you do this, just to show you here. So you go to some tweet. So for example, this person, Starbright, had a tweet where this person links to Julian Assange. And that's his, I believe that's his handle. And if you click on it, you get this. Oops, doesn't exist. Whereas before you would have gotten his handle. You've gotten his Twitter page. Hey, thank you for the donation, JC. Thank you, JC. JC says, Merry Christmas at Right Side Broadcasting Network, hashtag RSBN Mod Squad and RSBN Family. Merry Christmas to you, JC, and thank you. And Merry Christmas to all of you out there. Happy holidays to everybody. Hope you had a good Christmas Eve if you celebrate it and are going to have a good Christmas Day tomorrow. But for now, we are covering that Julian Assange's Twitter page has been down for 2 hours. No explanation on who took it down or why. What do you think? Write to me on Twitter. Let me know, at Lookner on Twitter. I want to hear your theories on why it's down. Let's see. Russian troll bot Jack Rando writes in, it's obvious it's a shadow ban on the night of Christmas to make the least noise, obviously. So your theory is that Twitter banned the account, or at least temporarily or permanently, but they're doing it on Christmas Eve to draw as little attention as possible. Interesting theory, Russian troll bot Jack Rando. Let's see here. Jill Chastain writes in, Embassy Cat's account is still open, so we know there is still a connection to the embassy. I have tweeted to WikiLeaks asking what's going on. Now, Jill, by the way, Geary, real quick, Jill, that's a good point. Geary just made a $100 donation. That's amazing. Geary, that's very kind of you. Thank you. Geary says, Merry Christmas, RSBN and other Patriots. Thank you. Thank you, Geary. That's really generous of you. And we will use that in the new year to stay on the air and bring you more news. So, Geary, thank you very much. That's very kind of you. Okay, so Jill, you mentioned, I got to confess, Jill, I say when I don't know something. Jill mentions this Embassy Cat account. I don't know what that is. And I follow Julian Assange on Twitter, but I don't know what Embassy Cat is. So let me look up Embassy Cat, and let me give you that account right now. Embassy Cat, I live in the Ecuadorian embassy with Julian Assange. Interested in counter. Let me just Google Embassy Cat. Can I find some more information about Embassy Cat? Oh, let's see. The Irish News. Julian Assange's cat has managed to win the internet's heart. Now, does Julian Assange control Embassy Cat's account? So I guess the cat that lives with Julian Assange has an account. My question is, does Assange definitely does Assange definitely control Embassy Cat's account? It's not verified or anything. It has lots of followers. So Jill Chastain says, well, Embassy Cat's account is still open, so we know there's still a connection to the embassy, but I don't know if Julian Assange controls Embassy Cat's account or if it's just some fan of Julian Assange's or something that controls it. I don't know. Anyways, that's the question I have. But thank you for writing in. Hey, let me know. I want to hear more from you guys. What do you think's going on with Julian Assange's account that's been down for 2 hours? No, by the way, our CEO, Joe Seals, his theory is that Assange took it down himself because he thinks this is what it looks like when somebody deactivates their own account. That's at least what Joe Seals said. So Joe Seals, CEO of Rightside, thinks that Assange took it down himself. Now, Reagan Better, one of our viewers, just sent me an article on this. Let me go to Reagan Better's article. I think it's a Gizmodo article that he sent me. Hang on a second here and let me call it up on the screen. Thank you, Reagan Better. Now, Gizmodo says, it seems like Julian Assange... Oops, let me do this. It seems like Julian Assange deleted his Twitter. That's the title of the article. This was posted 47 minutes ago by Brian Menegas. Let's read this article, shall we? At Julian Assange is no more. For reasons unknown, the official... Well, they say for reasons unknown. Well, let me read the article. The official Twitter account of Julian Assange, the leader of blah, 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 Wikileaks, has been deleted. The Internet Archive or someone availing himself of its services appeared to have been preserving snapshots of Assange's account once every hour, based September 18th, based on this year. It's likely the account was deleted between 4 a.m. and 5 a.m. GMT, which is, about 11 p.m. Eastern time, I think. The account does not appear to have been suspended by Twitter, and the most recent cached version of his account suggests he had not tweeted since Friday. Strangely, the official account of WikiLeaks itself remains intact and has not commented on the disappearance of its founder from the platform. We've reached out to Twitter via email and WikiLeaks via Twitter DM for additional information, and we will update it if we hear back. In the meantime, consider it an early Christmas present. Well, that's somebody who doesn't like Julian Assange. But let's look up the WikiLeaks account and see what that looks like. So they didn't really have much information in that article. So the WikiLeaks account is still up. That's interesting. That's interesting. So the WikiLeaks account is still up. But for all you... Look, I will say this. Suppose Twitter took down Assange's account for something he did on his account. They wouldn't take down the WikiLeaks account if the WikiLeaks... Like, Assange could have posted some document, but if WikiLeaks account didn't post it, then they wouldn't have taken it down. But I don't know. I would think that anything significant, like document-wise, that Assange might have posted... would have been posted on the WikiLeaks account as well. So again, there's also this question of like, did Twitter take it down? Did Assange take it down? For some reason, my little theory that I was thinking about earlier was, did somebody hack into Assange's account and remove his account from Twitter as like a hacking prank or something? I don't know. What do you think? Write to me on Twitter at Lookner. Let me know what you think about this. You're watching Right Side Broadcasting's live coverage of the removal by someone of Julian Assange's Twitter account. We are watching it live. We are covering this live. Merry Christmas, everybody. Hope you're having a good holiday if you're celebrating the holiday. If not, happy holidays. And real quick, before we get to more of your comments, we just want to say we are viewer supported. So if you do like this broadcast, if you like that we are covering this live, we don't care if it's Christmas Eve at 1 a.m. We'll cover news live. Go turn on your TV, see if somebody's covering this live on your TV. I don't think you're going to see anyone. But if you like that we're doing this, we are viewer supported. So if you want to support Right Side and keep us on the air, you can donate by going to the bottom of the YouTube chat and clicking on the $sign. There's a square $sign at the bottom of the YouTube chat, or go to rsbn.tv/donate, rsbn.tv/donate. Thanks again to the moderators for moderating the chat room tonight. All right, write to me on Twitter at Lookner. I'm taking your comments here on why do you think Julian Assange's account is not there, has not been there for 2 hours. Ket King 7777 says this was the fault of the globalists. Greg Beach says the last WikiLeaks post shown was 6 days ago as well. All right, well, hold on a second. Let's look a couple things. So WikiLeaks, you didn't go down far enough. You went to the pinned tweet, but if you go down further, Greg Beach, they did post WikiLeaks on December 23rd, which is only 2 days ago, but it's really Sunday night, so that post was like Friday. So I guess both WikiLeaks and Assange posted on Friday and not on December 24th, but that's all we know right now. Yeah, this account, I don't like the headline here. Not this one, not this headline. What was the one I just showed? Hold on a second here. I'll get it for you. This Gizmodo article is just very misleadingly titled. It says, it seems like Julian Assange deleted his Twitter, but they don't say, they don't give a great reason why we should think he deleted his Twitter. I mean, they basically just say like, well, I think they only just say, it does not appear to have been suspended by Twitter. Well, how did they know that? I guess Twitter might say if it was suspended, but all right. So maybe the theory might be, well, if Twitter had suspended it, it would say it has been suspended. But what if a rogue employee took it down? What if a hacker took it down? So to me, it's not. I do not like their headline of this article. I don't feel like it's really, there's other possibilities besides that Twitter took it down. And who knows, maybe Twitter could have taken it down and just didn't post it's been removed or something like that. So don't be fooled by this Gizmodo article in the sense of they do not have a compelling argument that I think is incredibly convincing that Julian Assange definitely deleted it. There's lots of other possibilities that could have happened. Deplorable Jen, you sent me some blocked thing, but I don't know what it's referring to. Is that you're blocked, or Julian Assange was blocked, or who's doing the blocking? So let me know, Deplorable Jen. Deplorable Dolores sent me a tweet. So lots of people on Twitter are offering very assertive theories on why this happened. A lot of people are asserting that they know why it happened. I would take all of that with a grain of salt. So, for example, hang on one second. Let me pull up this one. Deplorable Dolores sent me a tweet. Hang on one second here. So, like this person, Truth in Government says, Assange's Twitter account appears to have been disabled. All indications are to be a voluntary rage quit right now. Well, wait, why? What do you mean? Why should we think it's a rage quit? So if you Now, maybe this person, Truth in Government, or this account has great reasons for this, but it's not explained in the tweet. So when you see a tweet saying, here's why the account was taken down, see if they have any reasoning behind it, because I have not seen compelling reasoning to convince me that there's a specific. I have not seen anybody with a compelling argument that convinces me that that there's one correct answer as to why this was taken down. I've heard different theories on why it might have been taken down and who did the taking down of it, but I'm seeing a lot of speculation not backed up by good arguments right now. So that's what I'm seeing. I'm open to hearing arguments. I just haven't. I've seen a lot of people making assertions without backing them up. So I'm just saying, take stuff with a grain of salt right now. Right, but write to me if you have any theories on this at Lookner. Let me go. The Gizmodo thing. This Gizmodo article said they had a cached version of his account from an hour before it was taken down. And Keck Magician pointed out. Keck Magician wanted me to show he said the last image Assange tweeted is ominous. So here's the last image. Here is the cached version, according to Gizmodo, of Assange's account. That's what the account should look like. Now the account, if you go to it, looks like this. But it usually doesn't look like that. It usually looks like this. So the last thing he tweeted, it's not the pin tweet, it's this. This is the last image he tweeted. That's December 22nd. It says, a knowledgeable public is an empowered public, is a free public, Julian Assange. That is the last thing he tweeted. Now, before that, on December 21st, he retweeted Wikileaks. So, I mean, I'm not seeing a lot of clues here, a lot of heads up that he was going to take down his Twitter. So I don't know if he did take it down or somebody else did, but there's not a lot of clues in his that I'm seeing in his on his Twitter page. But feel free to read into this. If you want to get this archived version of Julian Assange Twitter, I bet you could probably just do it through Google. If I search Julian Assange Twitter and I go to Google and I go to cached, there's what I get. So if you want to find this yourself, just go to Google, search Julian Assange Twitter, and get the cached version, and then you can get the one from before it was taken down. But that's not what it is like right now. Right now, if you click on it, if you click on this link at Julian Assange, I'm going to show you what I'm doing. See, if you go down a little further, see where it says Julian Assange below his name? I'm going to click on that link and open it, and here's what I get. Oops. Page doesn't exist. So I'll go back to the cached version just to show you the cached version exists, but not the actual page. All right, we're covering this live. Julian Assange's Twitter has been down for over 2 hours. We don't know why that happened. We're trying to figure out why, but we're also taking your comments on this. So write to me on Twitter. Let me know what you think about this. Also, be sure to subscribe to us at Right Side Broadcasting on YouTube, so you can get notified when we're coming on there. You got to click the notifications bell when you subscribe, though. But that way, you'll get a notification saying, "Hey, they're doing a video on Julian Assange's Twitter right now, so go watch them." Also, you can follow us at RSB Network, and you can that's on Twitter, and you can follow us on Facebook at Right Side Broadcasting on Facebook. But write to me on Twitter at Lookner. Let me know what you think about all of this and what you think happened to Julian Assange's Twitter account. All right, I got to read some more of your comments here. Kimberly Brown says, is this the right account? It looks to be back up with tweets and one follower. Well, if I click on this is the Julian Assange account. And if I click on Julian Assange, it's not back up. That's the right account right there, at Julian Assange, and it's not up right now. Kitty Cat the Third says, on December 1st, WikiLeaks tweeted Christmas surprise tweet. So would that, a tweet from 3 weeks ago, have anything to do with Julian Assange Twitter being taken down? I'm scrolling through the WikiLeaks thing to try to get to it now. Oh, you're making me scroll through 3 weeks of tweets, Kitty Cat. How can... here we go. It wasn't bad. Well, they have a YouTube thing that says, well, WikiLeaks Christmas surprise. But I can't play this. I can watch it, but I can't play it because it's a YouTube video. Let me just see what it says. Hang on a second here, guys. I guess this tweet is supposed to imply. I watched the video. I couldn't really tell what was going on, but I guess is the tweet implying that there's going to be some WikiLeaks Christmas surprise? But they didn't take down the WikiLeaks account. So if they thought that, if Twitter was worried about this, they would have taken down the WikiLeaks account, I would think. All right, let me know what you think. Oh, I didn't have to scroll. Well, anyways, forget it. Let's move on. Sorry, I was going to say something which was just boring. Okay, more of your comments. Let's see here. Lindsay Bell 93 says his Twitter was taken down because they are moving him to a safer location. He must have juicy documents that if he showed it to someone, they might sneak into embassy or seek into embassy. There's no phone, no track there for no phone, no tracking. I just don't understand, though, why would he take down his Twitter account? I mean, him having a Twitter account doesn't make it easier for him to be tracked, I don't believe, as long as he's not on his phone using his Twitter account, I don't think. But thanks for writing in, Lindsay Bell. Purple Crow writes in, if you were Julian Assange, what would your possible motives be? Think it through with us watching you live right now. Go through the mind of Julian's history and timeline. We want to hear yours as well. Well, I'm not going to go through his home timeline. I mean, we looked at his tweets, and I didn't really see anything personally that would clue me in. I went through the possibilities earlier, and one thing I thought could have happened is that somebody hacked into his account and took it down. I mean, I don't know why he would take it down without making a statement. I don't know what he gains by taking it down, because if he didn't want to use it, he could just leave it up. Now, a reasonable thing he might do is take it down because he thought, he could have taken it down because he thought somebody was going to mess with it or something, or somebody could have taken it down. I mean, some kind of hacking thing does seem at least plausible. It seems a bit odd that Twitter now, and I'll also say, could somebody within Twitter have hacked into it and taken it down or whatever? I don't know. But the hack, a bad actor taking it down seems at least plausible. Twitter taking it down and releasing no statement out on it seems kind of odd. Assange taking it down himself, sure he could have. Why would he do that and then not announce anything about it? I don't know what he has to gain by that. Now, maybe he just got angry at Twitter and was like, I've had enough of this. I'm taking down my account. Fine, maybe. And then in the morning he'll be like, oh, fine. I mean, something like that could have happened. It seems kind of odd if that happened. So that's all I can say about this. Yeah, there's a bunch of rumors flying around. Here's another rumor I saw, and Deplorable Dolores sent it in as well. And again, there's a lot of these rumors of people saying stuff as to why it was taking it down, and I'm not really, at this point, hang on a second. At this point, it's just like, I don't know if any of these rumors are based on anything at all. Let me just, I'm trying to get this tweet here that I want to show you about this. So, I can't, where is this at? Where is it? Yeah, so somebody named Deplorable Midwest Girl said, Julian Assange page is down. This is just days after his lawyer's office was raided by hooded assailants. What is going on? I don't know if his audit office was really raided by hooded assailants. Zero Hedge posted about it. I don't know. And I have no idea if this has anything to do with it. So it's just at this point, these are all rumors that people are posting. Now, I've gotten people writing to me saying, hey, Assange's account is up. You might be looking at an account that's not really Assange's. There are other accounts that have a name like Assange, like Julian Assange, but they're not the Assange account. This is the Assange account. It's at Julian Assange. It's not up. That's a cached version. If you try to go to it, if you try to go to the present version, you click on at, so I'm below a picture. I'm going to click on at Julian Assange. That's what you get. So the account is not live right now. That is twitter.com at Julian Assange. It's not live right now. Keck Magician wanted me to show this because he thinks maybe it's related. And Keck Magician sent me this from WikiLeaks Task Force, which is a verified account. That's the official WikiLeaks support account. So the official WikiLeaks support account said, on December 19th, masked intruders have broken into the Madrid office of Baltazar Garzon, head of WikiLeaks legal team. No money taken. Security cameras taped over. Very professional operation, say police. I can't confirm that this happened. I mean, they're saying it happened. Maybe it did happen. I'm just saying. But whether or not it did happen, does it have anything to do with the Twitter account being taken down? Who knows? Who knows? Now, some people are saying the account was deactivated. Now, our CEO Joe thinks that that page, when it shows this, that means that the user deactivated it. One of our viewers, I Stand With Trump, said this person they found on Twitter said it's all that means. It's why it's the desktop view means it. The blue screen means it's deactivated. I don't know, but even if it was deactivated, the question is, all right, so suppose Twitter didn't take it down. Who did take it down? Did Julian Assange take it down? Did somebody break into his account and take it down? Did somebody from did a rogue employee from Twitter do something to make it look like this? I don't know. Presumably, the rogue and Twitter has access to his password, so somebody from Twitter, in theory, could gain that information and get into the account and take it down. I'm not saying that happened. I'm just saying it's possible. Purple Crow writes, good points about Julian. Publicity drive or someone sending him a message by taking it down internally? Yeah, either or. Maybe there's some explanation we haven't even thought of yet. Joy Haley says, this is what happened when I tried to refollow and it says blocked. But I'm confused. What do you mean? So I follow Julian Assange. So I wonder now, well, how do you even follow him if the page doesn't exist? I'm confused. Yeah, because there's no way to follow him if his page doesn't exist. You can't even go to his page and click on follow because there's no page there to follow. Let me know more to clarify that, Joy, if you'd like. Geary sent me the Reddit thread and said, might be worth watching the Reddit thread on this. If I see anything interesting, I'll let you know. Feel free to let me know too, Geary. John Magoo says, Merry Christmas, Stephen, to all of Right Side Broadcasting. Merry Christmas to all of you as well, and Happy Holidays. By the way, just to be clear, so some people are saying, like online, oh, well, when it looks like this, that means Twitter didn't suspend it. We talked about how there's lots of other possibilities, though. But Nothing in our reporting right now has said Twitter suspended it. If you look at the headline I have on the screen, it says the Twitter account was taken down. Now, it was taken down. I don't know who did it. I don't know if Julian Assange did it, if Twitter did it, if some rogue employee did it, if a hacker did it, but it was taken down. We're not sitting here saying Twitter banned Julian Assange. We didn't say that in our headline. I haven't said it on the broadcast. El Generico says he or she heard rumors that WikiLeaks would drop a copy of Anthony Weiner's laptop. Now, I don't know why they wouldn't take down WikiLeaks then instead of Julian Assange. But anyways, but El Generico says, but my thought is that someone took it down as a warning. Oh, Purple Crow says C-A-C-H-E is pronounced cash like money. Is that the only pronunciation of it? Is that really the only way? I don't know about that. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm Googling this now. Maybe it's wrong. Maybe it's cash. Maybe I've been pronouncing it wrong. I thought it was cash. I'm seeing some people say it's like the word cash, so I'm going to stand corrected on that. You learn something new every day. Thank you, Purple Crow. We're taking your comments on what happened with Julian Assange's Twitter account. It's been down for a couple hours now, over a couple hours. We're trying to figure out what might have happened to it. Write to me on Twitter if you have thoughts on this, at Lookner on Twitter. You can follow me on Twitter as well if you'd like. I do breaking news posts on my Twitter at all hours, so you can follow me if you'd like on Twitter for breaking news coverage. And follow subscribe to Right Side Broadcasting on YouTube. Go to YouTube, Right Side Broadcasting, and then click on and subscribe, and then click the notifications bell so you get notified when we're coming on the air with our broadcasts. Now, somebody named Kathy DeMeo sent me an account, a Julian Assange account that was suspended, but that's not his account. It's at real_Assange_, and that's not his real account. His actual account is at Julian Assange. That's the one to look for. Just getting to some more of your comments here. Virtue Matters writes in, do you really not know that Twitter changed its policy on December 18th, now tracking on and off the platform? Well, first of all, it sounds like you think I'm an idiot for not knowing that. I certainly don't think I'm an idiot for not knowing that. But anyways, let me look at what you've sent me here. You sent me, Virtue Matters, an article. Well, let's see. What is this? It's from November 18th. And it doesn't really look like a Fortune article. It looked like a Fortune article in the tweet, but then I get this, which is kind of weird looking.
Your platform.
Let's see. See if this is any better. Actually, that's how it does look, but it's very confusing and it's hard to read. Maybe I'll check that out later. It's from November 18th. Sorry, the article's like it's in an odd format and it's hard to show and hard to read. Kitty Cat the Third says, maybe Julian Assange wants publicity for a Christmas surprise, all attention on WikiLeaks. So some of you think maybe he's doing this for some sort of publicity of some sort? Busy Mommy List says, also note that the WikiLeaks account removed the link to Julian Assange from their profile, #FreeAssange. Now, was it there before? Hang on a second. Hang on. So the WikiLeaks account is still up. Now you say, Busy Mommy List, that Julian Assange's name was removed from their description. But I don't know if, I can't confirm it was even in the description, honestly. I don't know if it was. So I can't confirm that. Thanks for writing in, though. Supra Turbo says, it's probably a person at Twitter who did the same to Trump's. I'm guessing the left are having a CJ now. You know, it could be something. You know, I mean, this did happen to Trump. Trump's account got taken down. Now, you might say, well, Trump's account only got taken down for 11 minutes. This has been over 2 hours. But you know what? First of all, I'm sure there's less of an uproar about this than there was about Trump's. Second of all, it's Christmas Eve. I'm sure the staffing at Twitter is like bare bones right now. So it's possible to me that this was a similar thing where it was somebody inside Twitter who took it down. I don't know if it happened, but it's possible, and it's just taking them a while to figure out this happened. And he's not even verified on Twitter. Twitter certainly doesn't love Julian Assange. He's not verified on Twitter. They won't verify him. So even if this was a rogue employee who did this within Twitter, I would not be shocked to see Twitter not rushing on Christmas Eve to get the account back up. But I don't know if it was. I'm just saying. Liberty for All says, does Julian have a Gab account? I do not know, Liberty for All, if he does or he does not. If someone does know, feel free to write to me on Twitter at Lookner, at Lookner. Al Park says, I have no idea why this happened. My only wild theory is that the loose cannons who work at Twitter had way too much to drink and are pulling some Christmas pranks. JC says, Steve, I think Julian is saying they are smoked and going to prison soon. More things to dig up. Andrew Sova says, Merry Christmas. I'm going to sleep now. Good night. Merry Christmas, Andrew. That was a little while ago, so you're probably asleep. But I just wrote you back Merry Christmas. Andrew, longtime viewer of Right Side Broadcasting. Let's check the account again. So look, some people are saying his account's back up, but that's his account, at Julian Assange. At Julian Assange is his account. It's not back up. I'm clicking on it. Sorry, that page doesn't exist. Unless it's like back up for other people and not for me, but that's what I'm getting when I go to Julian Assange on Twitter. Pete Hudsbury says the Embassy Cat account is one Julian has used to send obscure messages to George Webb, among others. So you think, Pete Hudsbury, that this Embassy Cat account, hold on, which is, the account of the cat at the embassy living with Julian Assange. You think this is controlled by Assange, but we haven't seen anybody post from it. Well, no one's posted from it since October 10th. Maybe Julian Assange will post from it. Chris Douglas says, hang on a second here. Chris Douglas says, I'd like to note the timing of this. Maybe if he did delete the account, he wanted to do it during a slow period in media press coverage. Why would he delete it though, Chris? Interesting theory, but why would he delete it, even temporarily? Kirk Wasson says, maybe this is happening because Trump found his feet right after the tax bill. He passed a powerful executive order to really start cracking down on corruption immediately after, and this might be retaliation. I'm not really following this, Kirk. Are you saying this is retaliation against Trump by Twitter? Is that what you're saying? Is that they're taking down Julian Assange? It seems like a long way to go, doesn't it, Kirk? Like, wouldn't they just, if somebody wanted to retaliate against Trump, couldn't they retaliate against Trump more directly? Thank you for writing in, though, Kirk. JP says, anyone thinking this is a joke or a rogue employee is dumb. We are at war with the deep state. Deep state. Dig, diggers, dig. Deplorable Dolores says, what do you think about this Hillary medical document? Well, I'm not going to look at it now because we're talking about this Julian Assange Twitter. I did see some people on Twitter saying something like, his account got taken down because he posted a Hillary medical document. I haven't seen that post. I have no confirmation of that. There's a lot of rumors as to why the account might have been taken down, but right now they're just rumors. Now, Busy Mommy List sent me something from November 1st. So, if this is accurate, hang on one second and I'll show you. Hold on, I'm just pulling this thing up that Busy Mommy List just sent me. So this is the WikiLeaks Twitter from November 1st. And on November 1st, if you look at the description, the profile, Julian Assange's name, it says editor Julian Assange, editor at Julian Assange. Now, that's not there anymore. If you look at WikiLeaks now, there's no mention of Julian Assange. But I can't confirm. For all I know, they took Julian Assange's name off on November 20th. And so I don't know if that, it's interesting, but I don't know if that has anything to do with Assange's account being taken down. By the way, we just got a very generous donation from Cindy Hoffman. She just gave $101. That's amazing, Cindy. She says, Merry Christmas, fellow deplorables. Hashtag MAGA, Mr. Trump will be the best president ever. Thank you for your support, Cindy. That's really kind of you and generous. Your donations are what keeps us on the air and lets us do a live stream on Julian Assange's Twitter account. Where can you find live coverage of this? On TV or the internet anywhere. I mean, you can go to a website like the Reddit feed, but where are you going to see video live coverage of this except here? I think this might be the only place. But we can only do that thanks to you, thanks to your donations. So if you like our coverage here at Right Side Broadcasting, then that was a very generous donation by Cindy, but even small donations are welcome. Your donations are what keeps us on the air, so you can donate by going to the bottom of the YouTube chat and click on the $ at the bottom of the YouTube chat. At the bottom of the chat, there's a little $sign there. It's a square $sign. You can click on that or go to rsbn.tv/donate, rsbn.tv/donate. Thanks again to the moderators. Cindy is moderating, Cindy Hoffman, Guinevere, Jude, Lynn Jean. Everybody up so late with us on Christmas Eve night, so... Glad you could join us tonight for this stream. Thank you to the moderators for moderating the chat. And write to me with your thoughts on why is Julian Assange's account looked like that for over 2 hours now. Give me a theory that you have on this. At Lookner on Twitter, at Lookner on Twitter. Now somebody said, World According to S said on his or her phone, the account actually is up, but with like no tweets or something. So I'm going to go to my phone. On my desktop, that's what I get. I'm going to do it on my phone now. Hang on, folks. I'm not getting any account for Julian Assange. When I search Julian Assange, I get no account. Let me do @Julian Assange and see what happens. Yeah, when I do @Julian Assange, no account comes up. Just so you know, I'm going to click on the link. Yeah, I can't access a Julian Assange page on my app. On my Android Twitter app, when I go to Julian Assange and I click on a link, it just sends me to some other. It doesn't even take me to a Julian Assange page. It does this. So if I don't know if you can see this, but I'm going to click on the Julian Assange link, and it goes to a page. It briefly flashes as if it's going to go on to a profile, but it goes back. So I'm going to click on Julian Assange. Look, see? It like goes to a blank profile for a second and then disappears. That's what it's doing on my phone. I'm clicking on his name. That would normally take me to account. I don't know if you can really see that, but see what's happening? Oops, I didn't do it there. Let me try this one more time. See? There. I'm clicking the wrong button. It does this. Whee! So, I'm not getting a page on my phone or on my desktop for Julian Assange. Let me know your theories. Write to me on Twitter @Lookner. Base Statesman says Trump is about to pardon Assange and the deep state is about to take another massive hit. Was Assange charged with anything by the United States? I don't believe he has been charged with anything by the United States. Let me look this up. Has Assange been charged with anything by the U.S.? I don't believe. I see an article from April saying sources U.S. prepares charges to seek arrest of Julian Assange, but I don't see anything about him actually being charged with anything. So if he hasn't been charged with anything, then he couldn't technically be pardoned by President Trump. Now maybe you're saying Base Statesman something more like Trump is going to announce that we won't ever press charges against Assange. Maybe you're saying something like that. Liberty for All says Steve Motley and Royston Potter have done coverage on Julian Assange account being down. Now, maybe you mean video. I don't know if you mean Twitter video or print coverage. But I was saying, because I said before, I'm thinking we're the only one on right now doing video coverage of this. But maybe some people did videos about it. Were they doing live streams where you could write in? Maybe they were. Maybe they were. Maybe we weren't the only ones. Thanks, Liberty for All, for writing in. If they were, I stand corrected. Although I guess my thought wasn't that like literally no one is online right now talking about this. My point was like there's no media organization, news organization doing coverage of this right now, no other news organization. But maybe I wasn't clear about that. Geary says, semi-interesting. International IBT, is that International Business Times or something, posted a story about Assange's Twitter but was then retracted. So what do you think it was? I don't know what IBT News is. It's International Business Times. I was right. Cindy Hoffman says, thanks for being up this late with us. We need real news. RSBN Network is the greatest. Thank you, Cindy. Thanks for moderating and for your donation. Noah's Daddy 730 writes he deleted it. So Noah's Daddy 730 thinks Assange deleted it. World According to S says on his phone he gets an Assange page, but I don't get that. With 1 following and 608 followers. I just showed you on my phone. So World According to S says on his phone he's getting a page that said that the Julian Assange page with no tweets on it, with no tweets. But I keep refreshing here. I've gone to both my phone and my desktop, and I'm just getting. I don't even get I get this. The page doesn't exist. I'm not even getting a page. Get It On sent me a tweet that just said hashtag wrapping presents with Right Side Broadcasting. You're wrapping them this late, huh? Maybe a lot of people do that. I Stand With Trump says, people are finding a Twitter account that is spelled this way, at Julian Assange _, and there is his real one, at Julian Assange. Check out as being spelled. I just noticed it. Can you confirm this as to how those two are spelled? Thanks. The real one is spelled at Julian Assange. There are lots of ones that might look like the Julian Assange account with an extra underscore or a different letter. Those aren't the account. It can be very confusing. The real one is just at Julian Assange, one word. That's the one that you're seeing on your screen right now. The other ones are not his real account. I'm just checking a couple emails here. So, R. Miles McCain sent me an older version of captured version of Assange's Twitter account, but we already saw that earlier. So thank you for sending that in, R. Miles McCain. Christopher Calloway says, from my understanding, Assange. Thanks, Jude, by the way, for reminding me to check my email. Christopher Calloway writes, and apparently from my understanding, Assange shared a Seth Rich video on his Twitter, and shortly after the raid, the Twitter was purged. This has been planned for a while. High-ranking sources, QAnon, and others have predicted that the deep state will attempt to take out Trump in the next few days to a week. I don't know the last person to have seen Julian, but I'm assuming they're not in the clear either. So I have no information about any of this. About any kind of purge or targeting of Trump, or that he posted something about Seth Rich. I've seen some people saying that. I haven't seen the post myself. Psychedelic Fail writes, saying he tweeted Hillary medical records. I've heard rumors about this, but I'm not sure. I don't have any information on this. I haven't seen any reliable source show me where he tweeted this. It's right now we're seeing a lot of rumors. And by the way, and so just so you know, Psychedelic Fail, the clip the screen grab you took me of the Julian Assange account tweeting medical records, that is not the real account. That is Julien Assange. That's not how you spell it on the real account. The real account is Julian. So a lot of stuff floating around out there, but the real account is Julian Assange, spelled as it is on your screen. Any other account, don't trust it. It's not the real account. So be careful with all the rumors flying around at this point. Virtue Matters writes, there are several countries hunting Assange, including bad actors in the U.S. Twitter now follows users on and off the platform. The excuse they're using is that they're going after racists. If Assange makes a move, he has to shut off Twitter. A number of people are writing me about Twitter following people off the platform and paying attention to what people do off the platform. So I guess is the idea that, like, if you post something on Facebook that they hate and they think is offensive, they might ban you from Twitter? Is that the idea? I'm Googling here. See if I can get some confirmation of this. Here we go. The Twitter purge Nazi reckoning has begun. Here are the rules. So this is from Mashable. And this Mashable report by Kerry Flynn says, on Monday, Twitter put into effect new rules that are blah, 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 blah. Just get me to the rules. Get me to the rule. Now Twitter will take into account user behavior on and off the platform as it relates to affiliation with violent organizations. I would like to see the new Twitter policies thing for myself. Twitter Safety Council. Can I find? I'm trying to find their post about the new rules. Here's clarifying the Twitter rules. See, what I'm trying to do is, there's a Smashable story about Twitter's new rules, but I'm trying to find the actual rules. Why don't they just link to it? Why doesn't the story have a link to the new rules? That would make things easier. Anyways, this Mashable story says on Monday, which is, well, last week. Hang on a second. If I go to the blog, does it have a post from like a week ago? Let's see. Here we go. New rules. Maybe this is it. Our new changes, accounts that affiliate with organizations that use or promote violence against civilians to further their causes. So is the idea here that if you're an account and you post pictures of cute kitty cats on your Twitter, but you're affiliated with an organization that is like really racist and hates people and promotes violence, then they can ban your account even though on your Twitter feed you've just posted cute kitty cats? I'd have to read. I'm not going to sit here and try to digest this whole thing now, but it looks like, so again, what Mashable said in this article is, Twitter will take into account user behavior on and off the platform. Is that in this post here? On and off. No, on. Oh, I spelled it wrong. On and. Here we go. Groups included in this policy will be those that identify or engage in activity both on and off the platform that promotes violence. So I guess maybe what it's saying here is your account could get taken down even if you just post cute kitty cats on your account, but you do stuff that's violent or racist or whatever off the Twitter platform. Maybe that's what it's saying here. I haven't had time to really digest this though yet. Anyways, we're talking about Julian Assange's account not being there for several hours now. I think it's probably up to 3 hours. If it's still not there, let me look. It is still not there. If you go to the Julian Assange account on Twitter, this is what you get. Well, I'm saying if you go to it, meaning you have to click on a link to it. If you search that account on Twitter, you get nothing. If you go to Twitter, here I'm at Twitter and I search Julian Assange, just that. Look, there's no account that even comes up in the search. You get some fake accounts, but not the actual account. The actual account is not there, so it literally doesn't even come up in the search. But if you click on a link to it, you get this. Oh, not that. You get that. El Generico sent me a tweet from somebody named Charles Johnson saying, I am in touch with Julian Assange and ready to do what is necessary. Who is Charles Johnson? Why should we believe him that he says he's in touch of Julian Assange? Why should we believe him? Please give me some context on this. Pirat Rip sent me an article on this from the American Scoop, who I'm not particularly familiar with, but I'll show you it anyway if I can get it up here. Here is the article from the American Scoop. It says, censorship, Julian Assange vanishes off Twitter. Twitter account vanished late on Sunday evening. It's unclear whether he deactivated it or if he was suspended. But given Twitter's new pro-censorship rules, many are speculating that it is the latter. A source who works closely with Wikileaks told the Gateway Pundit that they were not aware of any plans for Assange to deactivate his account on his own. Twitter set new rules in place on December 18th when they stated they may remove any individual who is associated with hate groups either on or off their platform. Assange surely would not fall under that category. Because they're saying Assange wouldn't fall under the cat. They think American Scoop that Twitter wouldn't have removed him for that because he's not associated with hate groups. I think is that what they're saying? I think. I don't think they're saying that sarcastically. All right, the rest they have reached out to Assange for comment, and they have got nothing back from him. So there you go. And a couple people sent me, hang on one second, guys. Let me just get something on the screen here. So some of you wanted me to check out Cassandra Fairbanks' Twitter account. Who sent this to me? A couple of you did. I'm not going to get all of you. But, for example, Kitty Cat the Third sent me this. And she is a conservative Twitter personality. I think you call her a journalist, too. I'm not sure exactly how she... Well, she does stuff for Gateway Pundit. Anyways, I'm not going to give you her whole bio. I can't give you a good whole bio of her. But anyways, conservative journalist, media personality, Cassandra Fairbanks, and she posted this. Some of you wanted me to show this. She posted 32-minute this. Said somebody named Charles C. Johnson said, I'm in touch with Julian Assange and I'm ready to do what is necessary. I don't know who this person Charles C. Johnson is. I don't know if that's really Charles C. Johnson's account. I don't know, even if it is Charles C. Johnson, if he's really in touch with Julian Assange. So I'm just passing this along to you. And I don't know, I can't confirm when this was posted. It looks like it was posted 32 minutes ago, but anyways. Here you go. She does say, I just spoke to Charles Johnson and he told me he's in touch with Julian Assange and that he's safe, which was pretty much my only concern. Seems as though S is about to get crazy, though. So, now, that tweet, even if that is a legitimate tweet, even if that person did talk to Julian Assange, that's not necessarily about the Twitter account there. So, still, who knows what's going on with the Twitter account at this point. But thank you for sending that to me. Does Cassandra Fairbanks have a Wikipedia page so I can actually give you a better bio of her? She doesn't have a Wikipedia page. It's kind of odd. Why? It seems like she should have a Wikipedia page. She's a media personality. Sorry, I can't give you a quick bio of her because I don't have a quick bio available here in front of me. Anyways, let's continue. American Patriot says, wow, look at the articles as in the results of searching Julian Assange on Facebook. They're talking about it. Well, let me do a little search here on Facebook. Here are some accounts. I did a search on Facebook. We saw the Gizmodo one. Twitter account deleted. Yeah, there are a bunch of articles on it. So if you want to read these articles, you can go to Facebook and search Julian Assange, or just go to Google and search. We showed you a few of them, though. Really, Rick sent me something. Thank you, Rick. 'Cause I was saying, who is this Charles Johnson person? It says Charles C. Johnson is the owner of websites gotnews.com and wesearcher.com. He has written 2 books. He's frequently described as an internet troll. He periodically makes false and unsubstantiated claims. He is part of the alt-right movement in the United States. So thank you for letting... I had asked people, who's this Charles Johnson guy? And really, Rick sent me that he had a Wikipedia page. So thank you, really, Rick. Make of that what you will. Oops, we're not done yet. Chirp says, I get to the Julian Assange page, which now says tweets unavailable at this time. Please try again later. I'll just look at it again. This is what I get when I go to it. It's just this. That's all I get is this. That's the page on Twitter. Whee! I'm refreshing. Getting nothing else. Might depend on what platform you're using. When I try to go to it on my phone, as I showed you before, I just get like a brief blank profile, and then the profile disappears. So who knows? Maybe different platforms you get different things. Kimberly Brown says, in regard to the new policy that Twitter has, which says if you're associated with some hate group, even off of Twitter, they could, in theory, take your account down. Kimberly Brown says, yeah, but who is defining hate group? We are called haters for being conservative. Now, I'm guessing Twitter is not defining conservatives as a hate group, but you are suspicious of how they're defining hate group. David says, good grief, if he'd been suspended, that's what the page would say. Page not found means that he deleted it, since searches for his past tweets return nothing, even under a different username. I'm thinking he got an offer of freedom if he quit spreading propaganda. Now, David, as I said before, even if Twitter didn't suspend him, it doesn't mean he took down his account. Somebody could have hacked into his account and taken it down. Somebody could have gotten his password. A rogue employee at Twitter presumably could have accessed his account because they have his password information, and they could have taken it down. So there's a lot of different things that could have happened here. So even if Twitter didn't suspend him, doesn't mean he definitely took it down himself. Hire says, a Twitter employee took down President Trump Twitter for 11 minutes. Why wouldn't someone do the same for Assange? So Hire thinks it might have been a Twitter employee. Adit Mehta said, just think about the name Trust and Safety Council. This is I think this is the Twitter Trust and Safety Council is what he's referring to. Let me just show you that. assuming they still have this. This is from 2016, announcing the Twitter Trust and Safety Council. And Adit Mehta wrote in and said, just think about the name Trust and Safety Council. The Orwellian nature of that group title should tell you everything you need to know about Twitter. As for Julian Assange, he needs to show proof of life within the next 24 hours. Otherwise, conspiracies will flood social media. Now, I will say this, though. If something happened to Julian Assange, that still doesn't explain why his Twitter account isn't there. You know, if somebody gets in an accident and they go to the hospital or they get killed or whatever, hopefully that didn't happen to Julian Assange or anybody else, but that doesn't affect their Twitter account. So it's a little confusing to me, even if he had some kind of health thing, why that would affect his Twitter account. Based Pennsylvania says he or she believes that the Southern Poverty Law Center and the Anti-Defamation League define hate speech for Twitter. I'm not sure if that's the case. I'm not familiar with who defines hate speech for them, but that's what Based Pennsylvania wrote in. Chirp says go to his account by clicking his reference in a thread. That's what I have been doing, Chirp, and you don't get anything when you do that. So, for example, let me do this again just to show you guys, if you missed it earlier. So look, for example, here's a Twitter post from somebody about Julian Assange. I click on his name. Look what I get. That's what happens. Chirp, and that's what I did, Chirp, and that's what I got. CJ says, any more info on Assange lawyer's office being raided? Was Trump's page still visible when it was down, or was it like Assange and not find and search? So a good question. I was trying to remember this myself. What did Trump's page look like when it was taken down? So Trump, Twitter, taken down. Let me see if I can find a screenshot of that. Did it look like this? Everything is autoplay video. Every site autoplays video. It's ridiculous. Stop autoplaying video. No. Ugh. So, let's see. What's this? So, according to this article, Fun Facts, the screenshot it has up is of, sorry, that page doesn't exist. Let me just see if I can confirm this with another site, that's what it looked like. Here's a page, Design Taxi. Well, that's giving me nothing. So this page from Global News says that's what it looked like. So if these screenshots are accurate, I can't remember. I'd have to go back and check. That's what it looked like when the employee took down Donald Trump's page. It said, sorry, that page doesn't exist. But look, that's what we get for Julian Assange. So it looks similar, although that might just be the page that comes up whenever anyone takes down their account. Whether it's somebody, now that just might be the page for a taken down account that's not suspended, and Julian Assange maybe could have done it, a hacker could have done it, a rogue Twitter employee could have done it. So even if we think this means that the account was deactivated, we don't know who deactivated it. It's been down for a while though. One might think that the longer we go without hearing from Julian Assange, that suggests that you might think it becomes more probable that he took it down, because you'd think at a certain point, if it's down and he didn't want it to be down, he would get a message to someone to say about it. Virtue Matters says, what if this is brilliant theater on Assange's part? He's trending hard on Twitter, people freaking out, but some indication it was self-deactivated. Perhaps the mother lode of WikiLeaks dumps will be sitting under the Christmas tree tomorrow morning. Well, you never know. I mean, it's an interesting thought that this would be done for publicity. It seems doesn't really seem like what he would do. I mean, I don't see a pattern of behavior to make you think he'd do something like this. He would, to me, if he wants to get attention, he tweets something out. He doesn't delete his account. So I don't know, but who knows at this point why this happened. So we're going to be on a little while longer here. If you have thoughts on what might have happened to Julian Assange's Twitter account, write to me on Twitter at Lookner, at Lookner. You can follow me there if you'd like to. I cover breaking news all the time. Even when we're not on the air, if I hear more about this, I'll definitely post about it. Also, subscribe to us at Right Side Broadcasting to get notified whenever we're coming on the air with these live videos. But click the notifications bell when you subscribe on YouTube. Click the notifications bell. You can also follow us on Facebook, Right Side Broadcasting, and on Twitter, we are at RSB Network, at RSB Network. And real quick, thanks to those of you who donated earlier. Really appreciate your donations. We are viewer supported, so the only reason we can do this kind of coverage is because you guys support us and keep us on the air. So if you want to donate, you can go to the bottom of the YouTube chat and click on the $ at the bottom of the YouTube chat. Really, and that really is, if we didn't get donations, we would go out of business. So we really appreciate your donations. So donate by going to the bottom of the YouTube chat, clicking on the $, or go to rsbn.tv/donate, rsbn.tv/donate. I'll take a few more comments here. Thanks again to all of our moderators tonight for moderating. Guinevere, Jan, Lynn, Jean, Jude. Although they might all be gone. We might not have any more moderators at the moment in the live chat, so behave yourselves. It might have gone too late for all of them, but they did a great job. That higher, you sent me a message. A bunch of you are sending me messages about a Julian Assange account, but you're sending me messages about Julian Assange at Julien. It's not Julien. The real account is Julian. And Goodwin Wilson writes, sent me an article. We talked about this before, that some of you are saying that 4 days earlier their lawyer's office was professionally raided, and you think that might have something to do with this. I've heard no evidence that one is connected to the other. I don't even know if the raid actually happened. I mean, I guess they say it happened. The WikiLeaks support account says it happened, but I've seen no evidence that is connected to this at all. Thank you, Godwin Wilson, for sending me the link to the new Twitter policy. I ended up finding it. Thank you. Now, some of you, like for example, Samuel Moore, is claiming that when he goes on his Android phone to the Julian Assange page, he gets a page with no tweets. Now, I haven't seen that yet. Oops, hang on a second. I'm going to my email here. I'm going to open it up for you first. Here we go. So our viewer Samuel D. Moore says this is what he gets when he goes to Julian Assange on his Android phone. It says 1 following, 605,000 followers, no tweets. However, I am not getting that when I go on my Android phone, and I am not getting it when I go on my desktop. So I can only go off what I'm seeing on my phone and my desktop and stuff, and that's what I'm seeing. I'm getting nothing. But I'll try it again just for the fun of it. Yeah, when I click on a Julian, that's what I get that's what I get for Julian Assange on Twitter on my desktop. JLA says, my understanding is Christmas Day drop by Julian has been thwarted, bad actors. The thing is, though, it hasn't been thwarted because the WikiLeaks account is still up. So if somebody was trying to silence Julian Assange from publishing something, they would have taken down WikiLeaks as well, but the WikiLeaks account is still up. Steelers Marines is another person who believes Julian Assange's account was deleted because he posted copies of Hillary's medical records. A few of you have said that. I have no evidence that's why it was deleted. I have no evidence he even posted about that. But that is a theory that some of you, it's a rumor that's going on out there along with some other rumors. Just clarifying here what we know and what we don't know. All right, I think we're going to wrap up this thread here. By the way, Drain the Swamp. Real quick, this is what Drain the Swamp says he or she gets when he goes to the Julian Assange account on his phone or her phone, which is similar to what the other user said. I'll show you. This is what Drain the Swamp says. That wasn't that one. That's somebody else sent me that. That was from Joy Haley. Joy Haley says this is what she gets when on her iPhone. On her iPhone, she gets that. You know, again, as I said before, it's possible that just what happens when an account goes down is different things happen on different platforms. Drain the Swamp claims this is what Drain the Swamp is getting on his phone. I'll show you what I'm getting on my phone. On my phone, if I search for Julian Assange's account, the account doesn't come up at all. And if I click on a link to it, this is interesting. So if I go to the Twitter, interesting. I get something different from you guys. First of all, if I go to the Twitter app, okay? On the Twitter app, as I showed you before, if I click on Julian Assange, this is what happens on the app. If you click on a link to Julian Assange account, you get a blank profile for a second, and then it just goes back to the original page. So that's what happens on the app. If I go to Chrome browser on my phone, I get this. This account doesn't exist. So on the Chrome browser on my phone, that's what I get, which I guess is similar to this. This is on my desktop. On my phone Chrome browser, I get this page doesn't exist. I never get the picture of Assange. I just get that. Hold on, I got to do this. That's what I get on my phone. So anyways, we could argue about this all night about what people are seeing on their phones, but apparently people are seeing different things. But I think Deplorable One says on his Android phone, he's getting the account, but it says cannot load the user's info. So possibly it sounds like different people are getting different things, but the bottom line is that the account isn't working. Oh, a post was made by WikiLeaks Task Force. Thank you. The real Gary sent me this. So WikiLeaks Task Force is an official WikiLeaks account. Hang on, I'll show you this. Thank you, real Gary, for alerting me. Somebody else might have sent me that too earlier. If I missed it, I forgot. I'm sorry if I missed it. So this is the WikiLeaks Task Force account, official WikiLeaks support, and it says Julian's account. Here, I'll show you. It says Julian's account. Why does it do this? Here we go. Julian's account disappears, so haters and conspiracy theorists rush to post the usual attention-seeking rubbish. Twitter. Merry Christmas, people. I am wikileaks.org. I'm going to retweet this now. I'll retweet it after. I'm writing myself a note. I want to retweet that after. So they don't, in this tweet though, they just say haters and conspiracy theorists rush to post the usual attention-seeking rubbish, but they don't say what the rubbish is. So let's see what the comments are on this. Yeah, Cassandra Fairbanks says, so what actually happened? So they're not saying, I don't think they replied, so they're not saying what actually happened. Hey, I'll retweet this right now. I'll say, the WikiLeaks support account tweets a cryptic message about Julian Assange's account disappearing. Yeah, I don't really know what to make of that tweet. It's kind of odd. You could read into this a bunch of different ways. You could say you could read into this that they really know what happened. You could read into this that they don't know what happened, but they're just posting something like to post something. And you know, I don't know. I mean, it's like we could talk for hours on different interpretations of that tweet. But thank you, the real Gary, for sending that to me. That is from the WikiLeaks support account. Chirp says, go to Alt Assange. I'm not going to any other account besides @Julian Assange in terms of, that's the only one I know might be is @Julian Assange. So there's an Alt Assange account that was just created that says, thank you to everyone for following me and tweeting this critical backup account. But for all I know, that was created by just some random person like an hour ago who said, like, I'm going to create an account. There's this Alt Assange account. I'll show you the account. But, I mean, I have no reason to think that this is actually a legitimate account. None. What I do have reason to think is that somebody had an idea of like, hey, I'm going to post and create a fake Julian Assange account and claim this is from Cuthbert, Georgia. Cuthbert, Georgia is where the account's from. So is the idea that Julian Assange is now in Cuthbert, Georgia, wherever that is? I mean, come on. I don't know. It's just like there's only 3 tweets on this whole account, and it's just like look. Now, if I can get some confirming evidence that really, I'm open to being convinced that's the account. But for now, I'm just assuming this is some random person who just created this like 25 minutes ago or whatever. I have no good reason to believe that's not the case. I think at this point we're going to wrap this up. We don't have, by the way, Kirk Wasson says the tweet from the, couple things. Kirk Wasson says that tweet sounds like they are confident it will be sorted out. He's saying from the WikiLeaks support team. Chirp says there's a loading error on the tweet I sent out. I'm going to check that right now. Let's see. No, I can read the tweet I sent out. So that, for me, is working fine. Jeremy Ratcher says maybe Assange deactivated his account to draw attention to his account for some upcoming revelations. Again, my thought on that, though, is, they didn't delete the WikiLeaks account, but maybe some of you think this is like some kind of publicity stunt or something. All right, we're going to wrap this up right now. So if I hear anything big tonight, I will let you know. If I hear anything like super huge, we'll come back on the air live. So subscribe to us on YouTube and click on the notifications bell when you do so you get notifications. But otherwise, if I hear like small stuff about this tonight and I'm awake, I will put it on my Twitter. So you can follow me on Twitter @Lookner, @LOOKNER. Really appreciate all of you guys writing in with your thoughts and your theories and your links and everything during the broadcast. Very much appreciate that. So thank you. Follow me on Twitter @Lookner. Follow Right Side Broadcasting on Twitter @RSB Network. Thanks so much to our moderators who I think at this point might have all gone to bed, but because we're on late. But thank you to all the moderators for moderating the chat. And big thanks out to the donors out there. We really appreciate your donations because you keep us on the air. We could not do a whole stream like this. This is a whole, what was it, probably over an hour stream on this story, which we thought was important. But we can only cover this news and other news. We cover lots of more mainstream news as well. But we can only come on and do news coverage like this because you guys support us. So if you want to donate to Right Side Broadcasting, go to the bottom of the YouTube chat. Click on the $sign at the bottom of the YouTube chat. If you click on that little $sign, you can donate that way. Or go to rsbn.tv/donate, rsbn.tv/donate. You can even get free Right Side gear like this Right Side mug by setting up a monthly donation at rsbn.tv/donate. And and if you like this video, feel free to like it on YouTube and share it on Facebook. We love when you do that. We're small; we can't afford to advertise, so when you like and share our videos, that really helps us out a lot. And thank you guys for watching on Facebook and on YouTube. And thanks for saying thanks and goodbye in the chat room, Mr. Ron Power. Thanks for saying thanks. JC is there. Kristen J. I Dan the Man. Dogs 2004. Donna Maria. Barry H. Wade Parkin. Oh, Jude is there. Sorry, Jude, I missed you before. I know you were there before. So Jude is there. I think she's the one moderator running things right now. So thank you, Jude, for sticking around. And thanks to all the other moderators, Guinevere and Lynn Jean. And I can't remember who was here before. There were several of them. Lorraine Spears, thank you. Donna Maria, thank you. Zeekster, thanks. Len, thank you. Mike T, thanks. Mr. Calloway, thank you. Barry H. R. Flett, no, I do not sleep in a dress shirt and tie. Zeekster, James Davis, thank you, thank you, thank you. Brenda. I Dan the Man. Matthew Detman. Dan H says 818 says Merry Christmas, everyone. Yes, Merry Christmas to everybody. Those of you who celebrated, hope you have a great day tomorrow and had a great Christmas Eve. And those of you who don't celebrate, happy holidays, happy holiday season to you. Lynn Jean is there too. So it's very possible the moderators were just there and they weren't posting. So that when I said the moderators weren't there, I was looking and there were no posts. But I'm guessing now it looks like they were there. So I apologize, moderators, if I got that wrong. Okay, wrapping it up now. Thank you guys for watching. This is Right Side Broadcasting. It's been our live coverage of Julian Assange's Twitter account being taken down by someone or other. We don't know whom. It's been down for a few hours. We will keep an eye on the story. I'll post about it on my Twitter. If there's big news about it, we'll come on later about it. But for now, this is Steve Lookner. From all of us here at Right Side Broadcasting, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. We'll see you soon here with more news. But for now, have a great rest of your evening and a great day tomorrow.